Hey guys, how y'all doing? We're back. It's been a little bit of a minute since we made a video. We had a not so great week last week after me pumping us up that we were going to have a wonderful August. We had the worst week as far as sales is concerned last week, and we were trying everything and we just could not get the sales to come through.
Nope.
It was rough. It was a rough week. So basically, I am trying to attribute it to something because it wasn't a lack of work on our part. So I got to thinking about it, and my son brought it to my attention. He works in retail, that it was tax-free weekend. So I was thinking, well, I guess everybody was out spending all their money on things, for themselves at the stores instead of getting online and buying things. But it was also back to school for us. No, I'm sure it wasn't for everybody, but for people here, it was back to school.
So have you had a terrible week of sales like we did?
It was the worst. We're going to talk about it, but we're going to tell y'all some things that happened and what we did to try to overcome that. So anyway, as you know, this journey is all about full-time reselling. It's all about us trying to live our life on the income that we make from reselling only. So that's all we're really talking about as far as, money. So last week, and
can we do it?
That's our challenge, is to pay all of our bills and groceries and everything off of full-time reselling.
So in a way, this is kind of like our version of the penny challenge.
Yeah. Well, yes and no. We're getting to that in a minute.
Yeah.
But anyway, last week for sales, my total was, what did you say? 117 something?
Well, net was 117.
Net. That takes out cost of goods and everything. I sold a pair of Coach shoes on mercari, a Louis Vuitton shoulder strap. The Coach shoes were $25. The Louis Vuitton shoulder strap, I sold for $25. I mean, I was getting desperate here. Just sending out offers or promoting things however I could to try to make some money. I sold a pair of Jeffrey Campbell heels for $25 on Poshmark. I only made $20 after fees. Oneida teaspoons sold for $20, made $16. And then I sold a pair of Fry boots. This was my biggest sell for $64, and I made $51.20. So anyway, we were sending out offers. I actually got onto the little bus of Poshmark as far as promoted closet is concerned. They had a 1 week free trial. I even tried that last week, and that's what my sales were. It was that bad. That was with promoting and everything. We were trying everything. Sales were just in the dumpster. I mean, completely in the dumpster. So come the weekend, I said, I just can't qualify us going garage selling and buying more stuff.
Well, hang on a
we
second.
made no money
we didn't
this
talk
week.
About
we didn't
my
talk
sales.
about you, baby. Go ahead.
We didn't talk about my sales, which was actually a lot worse. I only sold like less than $56, and net was just under 41. And I think the one item that I actually made, the most money on was those WorkTunes Bluetooth headphones for $30.
Yeah, it was bad.
I was like, are you kidding me? Because I'm not getting a sale every day, but just about every day. And so for last week, I mean, it was bad. So what do we do, hon?
We were almost depressed. I mean, it was that bad. I mean, we were depressed. We're like, we're working this hard for this? Really? I mean, that is, as far as reselling is concerned, but these are things we need to talk about because these are things you're going to encounter as a reseller. The ups and downs. We have good weeks. We have some weeks that are just terrible. And my understanding from doing this in the past is that's going to happen again after Christmas. So we've got to be prepared for that. We've got to stock up for that. See? Anyway, so I decided, y'all know how I like challenges. Or I always talk about liking challenges because it kind of gives me that little oomph I need to get going with whatever. So I said, it doesn't make sense to me to go garage selling this weekend if we didn't make any money this week. Because remember, we're only dealing with our full-time reseller money, and we don't have money to go garage selling, truthfully. If we're basing everything off of our full-time reselling money, we didn't make any money this week.
Yeah, paying bills and all that kind of stuff.
So I said, wait a minute, there's a way, because we need to still get inventory. We still need to get stuff to sell. So I said, let's do this. Y'all know I've talked about, we have this property that's just full of stuff that my dad left behind. You know, he was a bit of a hoarder, and we have sections of the property that just have metal or whatever. I said, let's do a scrap run. So we loaded up the back of the truck, and we took a load of scrap to the scrap yard. And the first time we went, we made $35.20, I believe.
And most of it was regular old steel.
Yeah.
We had a few aluminum pieces. And for those of you who've never scrapped metal, it does depend on the type of metal you're taking. So I
Yeah,
can't
it
remember
does.
what the cost of aluminum is per pound versus regular steel per pound. But, you know, most of that was steel costs.
Right. So anyway, we made $35.20. So I was like, oh, that's not really enough to go garage selling either. So then we were like, well, do we want to like load up the truck and take another load? And I was like, you know what? We got all this wire back here. And I actually, y'all are going to think I'm crazy. I enjoy stripping wire. There is something about the satisfaction of getting the stuff off the wire. I know this sounds
The
absolutely
plastic
nuts.
insulation.
I love getting it off and seeing the shiny metal and twisting it up and making it all pretty and putting it in a pile. There's just something, I'm one of those weird people that just loves to strip wire. And copper brings a good amount of money.
Between $3.30 and $3.60 per pound.
So anyway, my dad left a trash can full of wire. So that was one thing. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to strip this wire. And we had scrapped some copper before. That was just, we've done wire before because, like I said, I like to strip it. But we also had done some copper tubing and different things that we found on the property. And we knew copper is probably where the money's at. So I was trying to get us a decent amount to go garage selling and, you know, all of that on Saturday. So this was my Friday thing to try to get some money. So I sat outside. It was hot that day. It was actually good for me. I like to sit outside and sweat sometimes.
It was like 104.
It was very hot.
But
I
if
sat
you're-
outside for
if you're
3
sitting
hours.
not in the shade with the heat bouncing off the concrete, it's like 130 degrees.
I was in the shade though.
Yeah.
And I actually enjoy that every once in a while. My dad was a very hardworking man, and he kind of gave me some of that, instilled that in me, that just that physical labor, hard work, you know. So anyway, I sat outside for 3 hours stripping wire.
I helped for 1 hour because I
And-
was doing other things.
And anyway, that brought us another, was it $25 for 3 hours worth of work?
It's like $1 an hour.
I was like, are you kidding me? But you know, it was not the heavy gauge wire or anything like that. It was just the braided wire. And that doesn't give you a lot of weight. I think we actually, wait a minute. That was our bigger because we had 10 pounds.
No, we had 7 pounds.
Oh, we had 7 pounds. That's right. And it was $3 something a pound.
Yeah, it came out
So,
to 20 something.
We ended up with like $25 from that. So all told, we ended up with what? $60, I think.
53.
$53. I think we might have cut ourselves short on that. I think it was actually closer to 60 that we got for that day's worth of work, taking a load of scrap, which didn't take long at all. We just loaded up the back of the truck. And then the stripping the wire took a long time. But anyway, we ended up with that amount of money that we said, okay, challenge is over. This is what we're taking to garage sale for tomorrow and Saturday. We're going to hit up all the garage sales we can, and we're going to try to get some really good stuff so we can turn this $50-something into a lot more. Let's see what we can do. So it was a huge challenge for us. It was a lot of fun, actually. So anyway, we went out on Saturday because it was tax-free weekend.
There was very few garage sales.
Wait a minute. No, it's back to school. Tax-free weekend was the weekend before. That's what messed up our sales.
Okay, yeah.
It was back to school. So a lot of people, you know, you get so busy with back to school. Who's got time to have a garage sale that weekend? You know,
Right.
they're trying to get their kids back on schedule or whatever. So anyway, there were very few garage sales, but we did find one church garage sale. For real. For sure. That had very little, but what we found there was good.
What caught my eye was actually hanging off of their little canopy tent. And hopefully I don't know if we can see that or not. But it is a Yamaha Joe Rocket motorcycle jacket. It is mesh, and it is armored. Jennifer took all the armor plating out of it.
No, not
so
all, just the back.
Yeah, so we can clean it because otherwise it's pretty bulky.
Right.
So this caught my eye, and we also got an NRA sweater behind you.
I forgot to grab some things, so yeah, we got this NRA sweatshirt. It's just a sweatshirt.
But it's in great condition.
It is, and we just picked it up without really doing, you want to hang it over there, without really doing any comps, nowhere to hang it, without really doing any comps on it or anything. We thought, NRA, oh, that'll be a great thing. You know, lots of people like the NRA, so yeah, it's not really worth that much. Okay, the other thing that we got from that garage sale were these monster high dolls. And I haven't done enough research to know exactly what I have here. So I don't know if these are great ones or not, but they're not super big or anything odd or unique about them. They do have their shoes though, and their earrings, so they're complete. They have everything on, it looks like, unless clothes have been changed or something. So anyway, we got those two Monster High dolls.
And I think that cost us $10 at that garage
$10
sale.
total.
Yeah,
for the jacket, the two Monster High dolls, and the
NRA sweater.
Sweatshirt.
And then
quarter zip pullover. That's what it's called, a quarter zip pullover.
Oh.
Anyway, and then
we went to another garage sale, but we actually found this on some group on Facebook Marketplace because, again, there weren't a whole lot of garage sales around.
Right.
And as we're going to this address that was listed on Facebook, there were no signs, no garage sale signs, until we got around the corner. Then there was a sign.
Yeah.
And so we
it was
pulled
in a very odd place too.
And the pictures, were representative of what was at the garage sale. What we noticed were shoes. So we came across these Nike Air Tinker something size 12 shoes, and they're in really good condition.
They're Tinker Hatfield, and if you don't know who that is, he was one of the designers for the Jordans, like the most notable designer, and he designed these. And I think there's a couple of different kinds he designed specifically like for himself, but anyway, we looked them up, or John did, and they were worth a pretty good amount. She wanted $25 for these. We paid it, no problem.
Yep. So depending, these shoes are probably worth anywhere from like $100 to $120, maybe $130, because the other comps that I saw on eBay, they still had the box, even though it was pre-owned. They had the box and receipts and all that kind of stuff.
Have all that.
But all we have are the shoes. So
they're definitely legit. I've seen some fakes. They're very heavy. They're definitely legit. They have all of the characteristics they need to have, and the code matches. When you pull it up. And by the way, these aren't dirty. They have gray laces. So it does kind of give them that dingy look because of the gray on them. Like. Our son looked at them and goes, well, you need to wash those laces. I was like, dude, they're gray. So they're not dirty. They're gray. Now, they are a little dirty on the bottom, and I haven't gotten to these yet, but I am going to clean these up. They will look pretty close to new when I'm done with them. These are a good pair of shoes. Solid shoes.
Yeah, so all told, we made $50-something through scrapping metal. And
so
we actually spent $41. We spent $41 on these items. And looking it up on the comps, I would say, conservatively, that $41 will turn into $200. It could be $225, or it could be a little bit more. So we're going to shoot for $225, but I think realistically it'll sell for $200. So 41 into $200, that's $159. Profit, right?
It's not bad.
So,
but we need to be finding a lot more.
Right.
So this was kind of a bust of a weekend to garage sale. It just really wasn't there.
Yeah. So, this is our third month. We're facing those kind of issues, and we're not going to talk about it in this video. We'll do an end of month 3 wrap up, on everything.
I think it's going to end up being a great month, though. But what I will say is, we're not going to talk about how things got better on Sunday. I don't know what happened on Sunday. But Sunday, everything blew up. John started making sales. I started making sales. I did do a closet clear out on Poshmark, and a lot of the sales were from that. They were low dollar sales, but I had a lot of them. And it was like just boom, boom, boom. We were selling stuff left and right. And into Monday, which was yesterday, we had a lot of sales. And then it just stopped at about, 1 o'clock yesterday? Nothing since. So it's real weird how the patterns are right now, it seems like. Because he's on eBay and I'm on Poshmark and Mercari. So we can't say it's a certain platform. It's definitely a sales cycle type thing.
I guess, yeah.
So,
last night when I was sleeping, I made $30.
Hey, we're getting there.
There was 2 PC games, and some videos back, I had picked up the Music Man DVD, and that sold. So
it's funny though, because that was like all like a DVD and PC stuff, so it's weird how things sell. I can't figure it out. Like, there will be a week that I'll just sell a ton of shoes. All week it's like shoes. And then the next week it's like all dresses. Not to say it's not mixed up sometimes, but it's weird when you get into that. Everybody's buying shoes right now. Why? Or everybody's buying jeans. Well, that makes sense because the weather's changing. But, I mean, when I say I have a week of just selling all shoes, it'll be like all kinds of shoes. Heels, summer shoes, boots, all in the same week. It's just really strange. So we're trying to kind of figure everything out and see if we can kind of get to the bottom of why certain things sell at certain times, so that we kind of know what's best to be listed at certain times. But I don't know if there's any rhyme or reason. It's just kind of coincidental, but it's weird.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Maybe there's a group off-site that gets together. It's like,
definitely
this week we're going to focus on footwear.
Yeah, that's it. You guys like our backdrop? I have
our new studio.
I have many of these backdrops, and so I said, you know what? We're doing YouTube videos all the time. We should put up different backdrops just for fun. So let us know if you like this backdrop, and let us know how your sales were this week, like August 12th through the 16th.
Yeah.
Like in that time period?
Put it in the comments. Pause the video, or, as you're watching it, put it in the comments. Let us know what your sales were like, or, if it was below your expectations or above your expectations.
We'd like to hear, is it just us? Or is this happening with everybody? Now, I know, there's always going to be highs and lows.
Yeah.
And it may have just been our low week. I don't know. But I'd like to know if it happened to a lot of people. And if it maybe was because of tax-free weekend and back to school and all of those things.
Yeah, we just want to make sure that we're not the only ones in this boat.
Yeah.
We need some sympathy and empathy.
Together.
And if you haven't watched us before and you like his content, hit the like button and subscribe. It's free.
Yeah. And we like chatting with you. And we also like to hear back from you guys. Like I said, this is a journey that we're on. We're trying to do it completely full-time. I mean, we are full-time. But we're trying to pay all of our bills and take care of everything with our full-time reselling income. And we want to hear from other full-time resellers. Like, do you have really bad weeks that you just are like, why am I even doing this? Because I think both of us were kind of getting that, oh my gosh, what is going on? Why are we even doing this? Because it was just day after day of no sales, or one sale or barely anything. And we were doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
To promote those things.
Yeah, because, if you've been reselling for a bit, you know that it's not just about sourcing, cleaning it up, taking pictures, listing it, and then waiting for it to sell. There's other things that you're going to be doing on that platform, like with eBay. It's consistent listing, as I found out. You have to list every day. Otherwise, eBay does this thing where all of a sudden they're not promoting your stuff because there's something wonky that happened, like you listed 30 things in one
they call
day.
it staying in the algorithm or
whatever, something like that.
Know, something about the algorithm.
So you have to work your platform every day.
And on Poshmark, it's sharing your closet and all of those things that you have to do constantly.
And do you promote if there's such a thing? Or, like on eBay, there's certain items, and I don't know the rhyme or reason to this, but it says eligible to send offers. So I'll look at it, and some's like, it's real cheap. Like, I'm not going to lower an offer from $10 or $15 for something. But, I see that, I look at it, and sometimes it comes up multiple times in a day. So there's always trying to work it, market, and all this kind of stuff. So, we are putting in the work. There's no doubt.
But anyway, we're going to survive this, and we're going to become successful full-time resellers. At this moment, we're not there yet. But we're going to do it. because we have the want to.
Yep.
We definitely do. So anyway, anything else you want to talk about? We don't want to make the video too long and bore you guys, but we do like to talk. Got my racetrack drink. Just want to go ahead and bring that up to you.
Nobody cares.
Racetrack might care.
They might care. But and we've seen our analytics on the YouTube videos, and it seems like most everybody watches us for just under 5 minutes. And that's why I tell her, it's like, look, we cannot be putting up 30-minute videos.
I disagree. We like to talk. And I think people like to hear what other people have to say about certain things.
Well, if you've stayed till the end of any of our videos, put a comment. Like, hey, I watched it till 30 minutes or whatever. We'd like to know.
We want some comments. I mean, we get comments, a few, but we want some more. So comment on our videos. Let us know what you like or don't like. Maybe we're boring. Maybe our videos are too long. Maybe, or maybe you love us. Anyway, you guys have a great week. We're going to try to put out videos more frequently and be more consistent with our videos, because this is all new too.
Yep.
This YouTube journey goes along with the reselling journey. Okay, I'll be quiet now. Love you guys. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.